In your earlier report, your earlier interview, I would say, you mentioned that Myanmar is a land full of opportunities. Could you elaborate more? What kind of opportunity?
Well, firstly, Myanmar is in strategic location because it's next to the mega-size market of China and India, which the size of the market is over 1,000 millions people. That will be very useful to anyone that can seize or get the foothold in those economy. For Thailand, we cannot get access to India and China without Myanmar. So that's one of the strengths of Myanmar for our benefit. Secondly, is in Myanmar itself, they have abundance of resources, and the country is just open and need so many kinds of support for their development. And we're in the best position because we are immediate neighbor, and because Myanmar has positive attitude towards Thailand. So these are opportunities. Myanmar still needs a lot of things: production-based, industrial development, agricultural development, opening up to the world, integration to ASEAN. Thailand in a very good positions to assist, and by assisting with Myanmar, for Myanmar benefits, we also will get benefits from that. So it's mutual benefit. That's why I also keep saying that there are a lot of opportunity in this country, but one who wants to get that opportunity has to come and study by themselves, and they will seize those opportunities.
What are some of the challenges in doing business in Myanmar or investing in Myanmar that the entrepreneurs or investor need to be aware of?
Yes, first of all, the investor have to understand that Myanmar is in transition now. So for the Thai prospective businessman who wants to come to Myanmar, what they can do in Thailand may be not necessary that they can do in Myanmar. So they have to understand the systems of this country. Secondly, the business decisions require a lot of information. But country in transition like Myanmar, they have limited information for your business decision. You have to come and explore by your own, having the networks that you may be introduced by Royal Thai embassies or other sources, and then make a decision. Thirdly, legal arrangements for business conduct are not in places yet, because it is country in decision. All the existing rules, law, and regulations may not be in compliance with the globalized world, but the Myanmar government put their efforts to introduce so many new legal arrangements to cope with their reforms. So that's the third thing, that our legal arrangements for business conduct is not sufficient. So investors have to come and study thoroughly on those rules, law, and regulation. Lastly, it's this usual in country in decision. Business operation cost is high. I'm not saying that you have to pay under tables or some things hidden cost, but the real operation cost is high. For instance, the rent and properties price for the timing is very high. But business like this, which has the high cost, also yields high return. So I think all of these are some cautions that I would recommend to the Thai business.
Okay, we talk about getting benefits from Myanmar or investing, but Myanmar could be exploited from all the business from around the world coming into the country. What is your opinion on this?
Well, I think in the Thai business in Myanmar is already established. They are great models of a sustainable business conduct in Myanmar. To do business in Myanmar, and that's key to successful business in Myanmar, is that you have to understand the structure of the societies, way of life, cultural values, and everything. And in the meantime, you should also conduct social responsibilities activities. In Myanmar, it's a special case because if you want to do business in Myanmar, social responsibility has to come simultaneously with business, not after your business are profitable. So this is the suggestion that I advise to all prospective business people who want to come to Myanmar.
Okay. The last few questions. Talking about the reforms of Myanmar, do you think that the reforms are irreversible?
The term irreversible is the terms that President Thein Sein always uses when he talks to reassure the audience of the process, political and economic development process in Myanmar. And I'm cautiously optimistic that that the reforms will go as it is, because in the past year, the governments managed to get everything on the track as they decide. For instance, previously when they opened this society, there's no internet. For the time being, the internet come up, telecommunications come up, opportunity of the people to possess a cell phone is now available, as opposed to in the previous years that is hardly accessed by the people. For the time being, every people who can get access to internet, they have Facebook, they can access to social media. I think they open freely for people, and then they want to move this country for a full civil society. And with that, I think the term that I will use is that the development of this country is perhaps not reversible, and it will go to positive ends each day. The opportunity of the people's emerging, and civil societies will be developed.
Okay, now last question, very last question. Do you think that the modernization that will be coming into Myanmar is good for the people, is for the people, that the people will benefit from this? Because some people may like Myanmar as the old Myanmar, the one with, the culture, the Buddhist culture, strong Buddhist culture and everything.
Yes, I think one strength of Myanmar society is their culture. And the Myanmar culture is cultures that arise from the way of life. One would ask why in this globalization and the globalized world, why Longji and Tanaka still exist in Myanmar society. And the answer is because it's way of life. If you stay in Myanmar like I do, you will share the same feelings that there's no attire more suitable to the weather in Myanmar like wearing Longji. And Tanaka is used for women in Myanmar, from whitenings to moisturizers, from sunblocks to night cream. So it's a way of life that developed for a long time. All these things is the strength of the society. When they open to globalization, I think the societies will manage to get the balance of keeping the old traditions, which is the way of life, and the new modern things that would come from the globalized world.
Thank you so much for your time.
Most welcome.
That wraps up today's Tour 2015. We'll see you again, same time, same place, same channel on Nation Channel from 3:30 to 4 p.m. Until then, สวัสดีค่ะ